Today I'm going to show you how to make a gradient background in Photoshop using the quick live editing method. This is one of the easiest ways to create a clean modern background for thumbnails, posters, social graphics, and design projects without a complicated workflow. The best part is that you can edit the gradient live, which means you can change the colors, adjust the blend, and fine-tune the look anytime. If this tutorial helps you out, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more Photoshop tips and step-by-step editing tutorials. Let's jump right in. First, open Photoshop and start by creating a new layer at the bottom of your Layers panel. This is important because you want your background to stay fully editable. If you place the gradient on its own layer, you can always change it later without affecting the rest of your design. To do that, click the plus icon in the Layers panel and make sure the new layer is positioned underneath your main content. Next, select the gradient tool by pressing G on your keyboard. If you don't see it right away, click and hold the tool group until you find it. Once the gradient tool is active, look at the top options bar. Here's the key part. Make sure the drop-down is set to gradient, not classic gradient. Choosing gradient enables the live widgets, which makes the whole process much easier and much more flexible. Now it's time to draw the gradient on your canvas. At the top bar, you can choose the style you want. If you want a straight blend from one side to the other, choose linear. If you want a circular fade that spreads outward from the center, choose radial. Both styles work great depending on the look you're trying to create. For example, linear gradients are perfect for clean backgrounds, while radial gradients are great for spotlight effects and soft transitions. Once you've chosen the style, click and drag across your canvas to apply the gradient. The direction and length of your drag will affect how the colors blend, so don't worry if it isn't perfect on the first try. You can always adjust it after applying it. This is where Photoshop's live gradient controls really shine because you're not locked into a final result right away. Now, let's customize the colors live. On the on-screen gradient widget line, you'll see circular color stops. If you want to change a color, simply double-click any of those color stops. That opens the color picker for that specific stop, and from there you can choose any color you want. This gives you complete control over the look of the background and makes it easy to match your brand colors or design theme. If you want to add more colors to the gradient, move your cursor near the line until it changes to a plus sign. Then click to add a new color stop. Adding extra stops can make your gradient more dynamic and give you more interesting transitions between shades. You can create soft pastel blends, bold neon effects, or subtle professional fades just by experimenting with different stop placements. To refine the blend, you can drag the endpoints of the line to change the angle and length of the gradient. This lets you control where the transition starts and ends. You can also drag the middle diamond icon to shift where the colors meet. That is especially useful if one color is overpowering the other and you want a smoother balance. Small adjustments here can make a huge difference in the final look. A good tip is to keep experimenting with the angle, the stop positions, and the color choices until the background feels balanced. If you're making a thumbnail or social media design, try to use colors that complement your subject instead of distracting from it. If you're creating a background for text, make sure there's enough contrast so the words stay readable. And that's how you make a gradient background in Photoshop using the live editing method. It's fast, flexible, and beginner-friendly, and once you get used to it, you'll be able to create professional-looking backgrounds in just a few minutes. If this video helped you, please hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next Photoshop tutorial. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.